I actually feel like I'm similar to the remainder of the existence, where I'm actually stunned nobody's prepared for that second. And there's nobody that saw this approaching nobody, so Jerk's significant other, Allison Holker, plumped down for her most memorable meeting, a very long time after Jerk elapsed back in December of 2022. As you might review, Jerk checked in at the Oak Tree Motel, and as per individuals who work there, he didn't appear as though he was under any sort of pressure. Doubts were stirred the following day when he should look at 11 a.m., and there was definitely no indication of him. And when he didn't look at a lodging guardian, went to thump on his entryway, and that is the point at which they found his dead body around 11:15. They proceeded to check we were thumped on the entryway. She didn't actually see him, yet she knows the body, and that is all there is to it. And afterward she came out she was gone crazy well as per Allison. She was totally walloped by her significant other's stunning move to end his life. He needed to be major areas of strength for everybody, and I feel that was somewhat unnerving for him to believe that he could have to request help on the off chance that you ask her they were doing perfect. And we're examining plans to have another child. Good gracious, do you miss having an infant in the house? I sure do. Gracious, I assume. I figure we couldn't imagine anything better than to begin pursuing for another. Goodness, you know. Definitely I know no, except for we truly do we. I mean, I love the little infants, I love them. And to be no doubts it's a consistent discussion anyway. Many individuals are almost completely sure, possibly by mistake, that something different was continuing, particularly inside their marriage with fans. Actually posting remarks like I feel like there's more going on. My viewpoint is that Jerk's supervisor was concealing something from his family, who was after him. How much cash did he owe to somebody? All appears to be really dubious best except that individuals are not simply appearing suddenly. So when Jerk passed it was accounted for that he abandoned a note, and in spite of the fact that specialists who found the note didn't determine precisely exact thing, it said the LAPD affirmed he referred to past difficulties he was all the while battling with, and the unavoidable issue was the thing challenges was Jerk looking in the months paving the way to his demise. Clearly one of them is that he was purportedly on the DL now, before you all come at me revealing has been said, and why certain individuals are saying that Jerk being on the DL might have added to his pressure. Individuals are saying that they are persuaded that Jerk was on the DL as a result of something Allison herself said in old meetings when she discussed how they initially met. Allison said that she preferred Jerk when she previously saw him and scarred facing him, and surprisingly contacted his behind on a few events. Yet he was not feeling it. I realize that doesn't be guaranteed to demonstrate that he was on the DL yet. That is the very thing that individuals are running with, and there are no genuine receipts to demonstrate that Jerk was on the DL. Yet assuming he was to many individuals, it's a good idea that he just became weary of depicting the picture of a cheerful marriage, when where it counts he felt in any case. Evidently Allison had likewise been radiating an energy that they were not exactly private or okay in that frame of mind. First off, when she saw that Jerk was not home as opposed to calling the police, she went to them like she definitely realized something terrible had happened. Then there was the post she made following Jerk kicked the bucket, which many individuals found odd, and afterward, a subsequent video she posted months after the fact which many individuals found unfeeling. I simply need to say thank you for all the affection and backing that you all have shipped off all of us this time. It has been extremely difficult and profound, yet you all have carried such a lot of trust and motivation to us by sharing stories and recollections and minutes and various ways that Stephen influenced your life. And it's brought us such a lot of trust and motivation. As of late, she's likewise been doing interviews. She did one with today, and one more with individuals. Like our adoration was so genuine, and it was so clearly and wonderful. I advise individuals to get our home. It resembled it was an arranged dance. Tragically, certain individuals are not accepting that the affection was genuine in light of the fact that as per them, it was presumably the distinction that drove Jerk past the brink as a matter of fact. Some have been saying that Allison is the person who pushed Jerk into being a powerhouse, continually posting recordings where they looked blissful, and in the long run tWitch couldn't deal with it any longer appear, as though I said these are hypotheses, since it actually doesn't appear to be legit that Jerk would end his life. And if not Allison, many individuals have additionally been saying that the Ellen DeGeneres show added to Jerk's precariousness. And you presumably know where individuals are coming from with this. Right back in 2020, Ellen was namelessly blamed by a number for staff members of permitting a beginning society of segregation in light of variety dread, and terrorizing to continue. BuzzFeed did an uncover where one representative remarks about her race and strolled off the grid, and others said they were told by their immediate directors not to address Ellen DeGeneres on the off chance that they saw her around the studio. A large portion of the previous workers additionally faulted chief makers and other ranking directors for the everyday poisonousness. And you realize who was a leader maker on the show. Jerk himself. Jerk began DJing on Ellen's show in 2014, turned into a chief maker of the show in 2020, and was with her until the show finished in May of 2022. It's conceivable that he had no clue about the thing he was pursuing when he turned into a leader maker. And when individuals began communicating their disappointments, it presumably got to him since he was really a decent individual. And it was considerably more diligently on the grounds that large numbers of the grievances about the poisonous workplace were race-related. There was even person of color who let BuzzFeed know that she experienced hostile remarks, activities, and negligible hostilities during her 18 months as a representative. She said when she was recruited, a senior-level maker told her and another dark worker, "Gracious, wow, you both have box plates. I want to believe that we don't get you confounded." And at a work party, she expressed one of the primary scholars told her, "I'm sorry, I just know the names of the white individuals who work here." There were additionally outrageous issues that might have added to Jerk being crushed, like one from a previous worker who expressed that in the wake of chipping away at the Ellen DeGeneres show for almost a year, they took clinical leave for 1 month to look into an emotional well-being office for endeavoring to end their life. And the week they got back to work, they were informed they were terminated. The previous representative additionally expressed a portion of the makers talk straightforwardly out in the open about compulsion and psychological wellness mindfulness. Yet they're the explanation. There's a shame they most certainly don't try to do. They say others should do with the be caring mantra. For Jerk to have been working where psychological wellness mindfulness was evidently not treated in a serious way, and to have been battling with his own psychological well-being with the end result of ending his own life. Probably been crazy for him. Indeed, individuals are as yet saying that his work at the show might have added to his breakdown, and Tadrick Corridor is one individuals who explicitly said that Jerk was feeling the squeeze due to the embarrassments at the Ellen DeGeneres show. People are not intended to deal with that much tension. And when I was discussing my experience, his face was like something different that annoyed many individuals. Is that Jerk didn't have a will at the hour of his passing, and despite the fact that his significant other was at that point qualified for half of their joint home under California regulation. Allison was as yet expected to record a request to legitimately demonstrate that she was truly hitched to Jerk. Back in February, Allison noted in her documenting that her better half claimed nothing of significant worth when they wedded in 2013, and that all current resources were obtained during the marriage by goodness of the work abilities and endeavors of them. Bothwell, the appointed authority, conceded her half of the belongings, and she presently possesses half of his current and future profit from his Goldman Sachs speculation account, as well as eminences from cast and group creation administrations, Disney overall administrations, and Jeffability administrations. She was likewise conceded half of his premium in his 100 responsibility for manager creations. However, don't you find it somewhat strange that Jerk didn't have a will? Really, a ton of things actually don't make any sense about his demise, like for what reason were the items in the note he left not uncovered? Was there even actually a note? Is it conceivable that he was on the DL? Someone knows something, and they are not spilling yet. I'd very much want to understand your viewpoints on the secret that is Jerk's passing. Do you think Allison is concealing reality with regards to their marriage? Let me in on in the remarks segment underneath. Bless your heart.